and gentlemen, welcome to the Esteemed FaceTime with Leaders, an initiative by World Development Corporation. I am Falak Khan, anchor at World Development Corporation. FaceTime with Leaders is a platform for industry titans to share their experiences, thoughts, ideas, and best practices in order to inspire one another and future leaders. In a nutshell, we attempt to encapsulate the multi-decadal learnings acquired by these industry leaders. We also hope that by conducting these FaceTime with Leaders interviews, we can bring together a global community of eminent personalities. By bringing together such visionaries on one platform, we hope to play a part in inspiring the lives of other leaders. Great learnings from great leaders undoubtedly assist everyone by identifying, nurturing, and using the trade secrets that are proven success formulae for many. And this is what we aim for with these sessions by making them a gathering of industry stalwarts and a knowledge-sharing community. We have one such industry titan on FaceTime with Leaders with us today, Ms. Rajeshree Balsari. Hello, welcome on FaceTime with Leaders. We are glad to have you here with us.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you so much. So Ms. Balsari, she is a highly accomplished and result-oriented banker with over 2.5 decades of experience, including 17 years with Italian banks and 10 years at Standard Chartered Bank. She specializes in Italian corporates, possessing a deep understanding of Italian business, culture, and language. Throughout her career, Ms. Balsari has demonstrated strong leadership skills, excelling in relationship management, credit assessment, business planning, and banking law. In her latest role with reputed Italian banks in the leadership and senior roles, she has overseen the India representative business activities. So Ms. Balsari, could you please sum up your career journey for our viewers?
Yeah, sure. So I started my career as an intern with Bank of America, and little did I know that this will become a full-time career for me. Having done a short stint with BankCam, I got opportunities in Stanchart, where I worked in different departments like retail, FI, and corporate banking. Took a break to have a family, and at that point I thought, why not learn a language? So I started learning Italian language, and there was this seventh largest bank coming to India from Italy, and they identified me as their Mumbai representative. And that was the beginning of a new career. I started as a Mumbai representative, and very soon they made me the chief representative. And I was technically the country head for this particular bank. It was called UBI Banca SPA. Eventually, unfortunately, during COVID time in April 2021, UBI Banca SPA got acquired by another larger bank called Intesa SPA. And I worked with them at a deputy level, handling the international trade business for a very short while.
That's really great. Long journey indeed.
Yes.
Is there something you would like to share with our viewers that you have learned the hard way and have a lot of learnings from?
So I think everything has been a hard way, because I have learned banking while working, understanding the corporates while visiting them, understanding the sectors while understanding their requirements. So I believe hard work always pays. So banking is a constant work in progress, and it's been a journey. And yes, I believe that change is something which is going to be constant, and customer requirements change every day. Customer needs are very different from what they used to be 10 years down the line. So yeah, it's still work in progress for me, banking.
Yes, definitely. So you have continually upgraded your skills with diplomas and degrees. What has been the motivation behind your seamless and continual professional development?
I was always interested in upgrading myself because as I learned banking while working, I realized that there were so many things. Banking by itself, such a vast area to understand. And with COVID in picture, things changed drastically. Digitalization, which was supposed to happen 5 years, 10 years down the line, everybody was now online, having Zoom calls and team calls. So that's where I figured that even banking was also heading towards digitalization. And that's when I decided to do a course in fintech. And because of COVID, everybody started talking about ESG, environmental, sustainable governance. So ESG was something which really attracted me again. And the whole COVID, which happened and how it affected mankind, was one of the other things which really made me think what is happening around. So I upgraded myself I did a couple of courses from Harvard. I've done the fintech course from IIML. And again, it was a joke. And of course, I was continuously upgrading myself with the Italian language, which I love the most.
That's really great. Very interesting to know indeed. So as you mentioned about ESG, do you believe that there is some disparity between the amount of ESG and corporate governance integration in the Indian and Italian corporate and banking sectors?
I think Europe has, and especially European banking system, European corporates have taken ESG a little bit too seriously than India. And India is still lagging behind in terms of basic knowledge, understanding, and what exactly is ESG. We did start with the corporate social responsibility, where the government made it mandatory for all the corporates to, do something on the CSR side. And when the ESG concept came in, I think there was a bit of a confusion on the corporate side, which they thought that they were doing ESG, but actually it was CSR. And according to me, CSR is not a long-term value proposition. It's just a 1 year, 2 year thing, which many corporates did it to, fulfill the government requirements. So while in Europe, I now see, with COVID, during COVID time, now later after COVID, that ESG has become a big thing and the corporates are taking it very seriously.
So as an ESG and corporate governance expert, what values do you bring to the table?
So I would not call myself as an expert. As I said, it is work in progress always. Every day, there are so many changes happening around the world. And as people are experiencing new things, they're setting up new deadlines, new regulations. I think one of the biggest requirement in India is information knowledge. While all the large corporates are there, almost there, I would say, the mid and the small size corporates need a lot of hand-holding. They are also evaluating in terms of how beneficial or, what is it in for them. So it doesn't really trigger to them that ESG is and should be mandatory in the long term. So getting something on the table is, I would say, information, knowledge, updating the corporates on how it is beneficial for them in the long term.
Yes. So when we talk about technology, what are some of the most remarkable changes have you seen in your field with changes in technology? And what changes do you expect to see with the advent of IoT, AI, ML, blockchain, big data, and Web 3.0?
So I think everything is there right now. So the changes have happened big time during COVID time. UPI, I used to handle international trade and payments. Today, with domestic UPI payments, your Paytm and all, it's become so common. That is one of the biggest change that has happened. It's the,
yes,
transferring funds to each other through your mobile phones.
Just within seconds.
Which was unheard and which was even unthought of. This is, again, during COVID, when the whole world was at standstill, trade was not happening, goods were not moving, documents were not moving. And now everybody's working towards, digitalization of trade business as well. So these are a few of the things which I think a lot of activities are happening and a lot will happen. And AI, ML, IoT, what we are discussing today, I think it's already part and parcel of our regular life.
Right.
When you put a request to Amazon, or you just put it in the cart of Amazon, suddenly you'll find, say, for example, if I'm looking out for a chair, I will find 10 advertisers, on my on all the websites, following me to buy up that particular chair. So I think this is AI. We are already in it. It's just a question of understanding it better.
That's there. So as you know, we are building a community of industry magnets. The move is meant for cross-pollination of knowledge and building a knowledge-sharing community of corporate giants and industry experts. So what are your thoughts about this initiative taken by Mr. Zishan Pathan, Mr. Hemal Mehta, and the whole World Development Corporation team?
I think it's an excellent initiative because today, with so much information, going around in the world, technically it's impossible to be, to keep oneself updated with what's happening around, with interactions with the corporate leaders, understanding their experiences, understanding the hardship they went through to achieve a certain level. I think this is a wonderful initiative, and one couldn't have asked anything better than this.
That's great. Thank you so much. So it was fantastic conversing with you, and I'm confident that your insights will inspire future leaders. Thank you once again, Ms. Balsari, for joining us today. We wish you the best for your future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
Yes. And moreover, trust that this initiative by Directors Institute unquestionably expanded the participants' understanding and enrich their minds. It was great having you here with us, and thank you so much for all your wonderful insights. And I'm sure everyone watching this, they will definitely inculcate and try to grow with the journey that you experienced. I mean, the journey that you shared. I'm sure that this will help in their business too. Thanks a lot for joining us today on FaceTime with Leaders.